Tuesday running across, and today we're ranking 7 Hippo videos today. Well, there might be a few low rankings when it comes to the Hippo videos because there's only 7 of them in total, but it won't take me long to rank either. So what I'm going to probably do is put them into things and then we'll get into the video, okay? Okay, so our first villager is Bertha, who's a normal villager. Well, I couldn't really think about what iron cores would actually suit Bertha the best, but the only one I could come up with was cottagecore, only because her house looked more cottagecore like, and even the interiors, this sort of area as well was quite nice as well, so I quite liked it, to be honest. So basically cottagecore does very suit Bertha very well, but she could be like a very cool villager, or she could be a jungle core villager. Whatever core you think suits Bertha the most, then I'd like to know in the comments, etc. But I had to give her a 9 out of 10 because she looks quite, kind of sweet, and I quite like Bertha, to be honest. Even though I've not had my own before, but I might have assigned a vacation home for her, probably a few months ago, etc. Maybe 5 months ago, or maybe 7 months ago, maybe 7 months ago, or maybe 8 months ago. I don't know how long it might have been, but at the end of the day, Bertha's definitely one that I would want to have my own at some point, but I have no idea at the moment. Let's go to the next one, shall we? So our next villager is Biff, who's a jock villager. Well, the only iron core I could only suggest for him was probably city core, only because of his design, and plus his interior was more covered in graffiti, and it looked more city core vibes. So this is what I mean. Sometimes when you're looking for city core villagers, obviously go for Biff, but you could always go for another one if you wanted to. But in a way, I had to give him an 8 out of 10 because I like how his design sort of reflected his Hippo personality in a way. I kind of like Biff in particular, but there might be a few Biff fans out there who might want to have Biff as their city core villager, or for different reasons, or it might be their favourite villager, who knows. Let's get to the next one, shall we? Our next villager is Bitty, who's Snooty villager. Well, the problem is that I know she's kind of the least popular villager or anything, but the only 2 cores that came to mind for me was Golf core and anything core, because she kind of looks kind of elegant in a way. But at the end of the day, I think her design sort of puts everybody off a little bit, and I wonder why she's kind of underrated in particular, because she's not one of the most popular sort of hippos there are in the species or anything like that. And plus I can understand why and that stuff, but I had to give her a 3 out of 10 because I feel like her design's just a bit off-putting for me at the moment. If I wanted to have Bitty on my island, it would probably be a bit of a I'm not really sure about that, you know what I mean? Let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next villager is Bubbles, who's a Perry villager. Well, the only thing was that only cores I could only go with for her was only tropical core and jungle core, only because hippos love the jungle core sort of aesthetic a little bit better, because they kind of stand out because they're kind of wild animals, etc. And plus she kind of gives me tropical core vibes as well, because she kind of looks more tropical with a little outfit that looks like grape juice on it, which is quite nice. I quite like that. And plus, I wanted to give her a 10 out of 10 because she looks more more sweet. I know she's not she's kind of like another underrated hippo villager, but in a way, I kind of like her design more because she looks more sweeter, more of a sweetheart than all the other hippos there are. So that's why I would give her a 10 out of 10, etc. because I quite like her design, etc. So let's get the next one, shall we? So our next villager, we have Harry, who's a cranky villager. The only iron core I could only suggest for him was jungle core, only because he's wearing that camo outfit, which gives me the vibes of jungle core vibes straight away. And plus, I only had to give him that only because I couldn't even think of another iron core in particular for him in particular. But the thing is, I had to give him a 1 out of 10 only for a good reason, is that his moustache kind of throws me off really badly in a way, because it kind of feels a bit weird him having the moustache, and even though he shouldn't be having one, you know what I mean? If he didn't have a moustache, then he wouldn't put me off that easy. But at the end of the day, he is kind of an underrated villager. I know no one wants him in their islands, etc. But you might have a different opinion when it comes to Harry in particular, so who knows? Let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next villager is Hippo, who is a smug villager. Well, the thing is that I only had to give him like probably just one iron core that I could probably suggest for him, but the only one I could only go with is City Core because he kind of looks like he looks kind of more posh in a way. His outfit looks more like a posh sort of way, so I'm thinking City Core 5 straight away. And the thing is, I'm not really sure what to like, you know, sort of give him in a way, but I had to give him a 2 out of 10 only because he's kind of like, you know, underrated for only for a good reason, but and also his design's a little bit, you know, a bit out of place for me, so that's what I mean by that really. So let's get to the next one, shall we? Or also the last villager, okay? So our last villager is Rocco, who's a cranky villager. Well, the thing is, he looks more of a proper sort of looking hippo in a way, only because we decided he looks more like a proper hippo that you would like, you know, find in the wild if you're going to like Africa, etc., where you could actually find more hippos. And plus, the only iron core I could only suggest for Rocco would have to be jungle core, only because he kind of gives me that sort of reference that he looks more of a jungle core villager than a city core villager because of his design, etc. Well, I had to give him a 5 out of 10. I know he's kind of like, you know, these popular villager, but at the end of the day, I kind of like his design a little bit, and plus, I think he's kind of the one that I'm thinking, yeah, he kind of needs a safe spot, so I'll give him a 5, so, only because he's kind of underrated, but he hasn't got much fans out there that want him, you know, so let's get to the last bit, shall we? Well, at least we ranked all the hippo fish today, but I'm probably going to, like, you know, rank rhinos soon. So, because obviously I'm doing it in order because, you know, sometimes to do July, I want to, like, you know, do ones that, like, you know, relate to summer, etc. But I might do, like, you know, birds, like, probably the end of the month, only because it kind of saves me more time and that stuff. So, yeah, that's what probably say on that bit, really. Make sure to leave a like on this video, and if you're new to my channel and see more of my content, please subscribe to the right content mind on my phone, Animal Crossing content, Utopia content. Well, I'm probably going to do Animal Crossing content still because I really like, you know, kind of enjoy it in particular, but Utopia I might do it like probably next week maybe. It sort of depends really. Also turn notifications for other Animal Crossing Utopia content from me. That's what I'll say, everybody. Bye from Animal Crossing, I'll see you in the next one, so bye.